Hello! In today's video, I'm sharing some of my ultimate must-have beauty products that I simply can't live without. These are necessities in my beauty routine that have become irreplaceable. I test and rotate a lot of beauty products because of what I do, and I always go back to these or they stay in my rotation for specific reasons. So I thought it would be fun to share these with you today. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm excited to share these, so let's go ahead and get into it. I think it was about a year ago when I shared my under eye results after using the at-home NIRA precision laser for several weeks. The before and afters really blew me away. They also blew a lot of you away, and I have some updated before and afters to share with you in this video after using it for an even longer period of time. I've struggled with my under eye area for a really long time. It's a device I wholeheartedly believe in, and I'm very excited to be partnering with NIRA on that portion of today's video. I have a discount code for you, and they've also launched a new product that I think a lot of you will be excited about. So I'll be sharing that here in a few minutes, but I do want to lead into the under eye area with a staple product that just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. This is Bobbi Brown Stick Corrector. I know this isn't a surprise to you if you're a subscriber of mine, but I just want to show this to you one side to another because I think it's been a while since I've done that. And I also want to reiterate why this sticks around, even though I've found other correctors that I think are really nice. Not that I never use those or rotate those in, I do, but this one is one I've repurchased. It stays around. If you have discoloration under your eyes, using a corrector, just a tiny bit of corrector right where you have that discoloration, helps counterbalance that discoloration so that you can go in with less concealer. You have less layers under your eyes. You get a less heavy look from your concealer. It also helps your concealer not to have that gray cast that it can have if your discoloration is peeking through it. And this is a great one because it gives you opacity while remaining creamy and lightweight. If you have dry under eyes like I do, it's often a struggle to find a corrector that isn't drying. I almost feel like this enhances my under eye prep, my eye cream that I've applied before it. It's so creamy, yet it never feels heavy or greasy at all. I love that I can apply it from the bullet or I can apply it with a finger exactly where I need it. The shade that I wear is Bisque, which is perfect for my light, medium, neutral skin tone. It's got that right amount of peachiness in it. But there are multiple shades to choose from, which is not very common with correctors. It's basically the perfect texture, the perfect shade, and it wears beautifully underneath whatever I apply it with. I've even worn it alone on casual days, and it works well for that too. I'll use others, but this is the staple that lives in my makeup drawer. It travels with me. I just have not found anything that has come close so far. I said earlier that my under eye area has been a struggle for me for a long time. As long as I can remember, I've had dark circles, but as I've gotten older, the hollows have increased, which you may or may not be able to see in this lighting, but the texture has gotten more lax, less elastic, which can make makeup application and wear a little bit more of a struggle. And I, like many of you, just want to address some fine lines and crow's feet around my eye area. And that's what initially intrigued me about the NIRA Precision Laser. I'm all about a good beauty device if it really works and it really gives results. I'm loyal to the ones I'm loyal to, and this is one that is staying in my life because I've seen results. I saw results after just a few weeks last year, and I've seen even more results since then that I'm going to show you here in a minute. So the NIRA Precision Laser was the first and only painless, non-fractional at-home laser device that's FDA cleared and clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It has this small tip that's made to specifically target the harder to reach areas around the eye, crow's feet, hooded eyes, and even the mouth area. You're getting the same technology you would get at the dermatologist to build collagen, but at a lesser cost and without the harsh effects and the downtime. It penetrates through the epidermis, the outer skin layer, and is absorbed specifically and heats up the dermal layer where collagen and elastin cells are located and triggers the body to build natural collagen, which is something we lose as we age. So that stimulation, that building reveals younger looking skin. Another thing that intrigued me initially about this was the fact that it only takes as little as 2 minutes a day, and you can use it on clean, dry skin. You don't need any gel or anything you have to wash off. NIRA customers report showing improvements in dark circles, both mouth and eye wrinkles, and even lifting of hooded eyes. Now you can see my before and afters here from last year. And this is why I always encourage you when you're starting either skincare or a device that you really want to see improvements from, to take a before photo when you start, because I remember thinking I really wasn't seeing any results. I almost stopped using this, but I had taken a before photo and I snapped an after photo and I compared the two, and I was actually blown away by what I saw. The texture under my eyes was smoother and tighter in a way I just didn't see with my naked eye. Now keep in mind, we've moved, so the lighting is going to be different in these after photos. And actually, when I took my first set of after photos, the improvements were so much greater, I thought it had to be the lighting. So I took several more after photo sets in various lighting sources at different angles. I took videos, and these are my results. I am even more blown away than I was last year. Also, keep in mind that I have had periods of time throughout the past year where I have not used this. I've had major gaps. We built our house, we moved, we went on some vacations, my daughter graduated. We've had some things go on where this has not been used. I still got results I'm so happy with. The skin under my eyes is smoother, it's more taut. I haven't been targeting the hoods of my eyes as much as I have the under eye area, and I do see some improvements with the hooding of my eyes. I don't think that's just me. Let me know what you see in the comments down below. What I do notice though is a softening of this vertical fold, this vertical line underneath the outer corner of my eye. It's an area that always bothers me. I have issues with it when I apply eyeliner. It's not completely gone, but it's certainly softened. At 48, I don't expect the texture under my eyes to look like a 20-year-old's, but I'm seeing vast improvements that I am incredibly happy with. As with any device, you're not going to see results overnight. You need to be patient, but with consistent use, you will see results. And using the NIRA laser for as little as 2 minutes a day, you can start to see results within 30 to 60 days and even more results in 90 days. NIRA is a staple in my nighttime skincare routine. I won't be without it. And if you're someone who struggles with under eye issues, with hooded eyes, I encourage you to join the NIRA 90-day challenge. They have a 90-day money-back guarantee, and you can save 20% across their website for a limited time with the links and the code in my description box and in my top pinned comment. And only through those links or with my code will you also get that 20% off on their new device, the NIRA Pro laser, which I'm currently playing around with and testing. So you can see the tip is bigger than the precision laser. They designed it so you can treat your entire face in 3 minutes a day. You can also treat other surface areas very easily and quickly with it, like your neck, chest, and the backs of your hands. And just like the NIRA Precision, there are 5 comfort levels to choose from. Now, if you're wanting to get faster results and replenish your skin in the process, they do have the hyaluronic acid serum that I've been enjoying quite a bit recently. This has a very watery texture. It sinks right into your skin and works to tighten your skin instantly, lock in moisture, diminish the appearance of aging, and drive antioxidant activity, resulting in smoother, softer, firmer skin. It complements both of these devices really nicely, and you can get 20% off of all of them with my links and my code down below. I just realized I had a mascara smudge under my eye, probably that whole segment. Did you see it? If you did, just please ignore. I'm testing out a new mascara that was just really unfortunate timing. I'm in the process of updating my best foundations videos, the top foundations that I love in various categories. And I just did my first one, best longwear foundations. I'll have it linked up in the corner and down in my description box and my top pinned comment if you haven't seen it or if you want to revisit it. I talk about foundations and face products a lot here on my channel because it can be a struggle as we get older to find products that work for our changing skin. I started my channel at 40 because I was experiencing changes that I was dealing with. I was adapting some things, and I thought, if I could help other people, I want to try and do that. I wanted to kind of be a guinea pig and test products for you so you didn't have to. So that's, what I do. Because I test and review so many foundations, a lot come and go in my life. There are some that just stick around longer than others, and this is the one that has stuck around the longest in my life. I feel like I've had Estee Lauder Double Wear in my life almost as long as I've been wearing foundation. So I know I just reviewed this in that video that I just shared with you, so I'm going to try and keep this as brief as I can. I am in the shade Dawn if you're curious about my shade. Now, I normally on a daily basis wear light to medium coverage foundations. This is a medium full to full coverage foundation. So you may be wondering, why is this the foundation I'm choosing to share with you? This is one of the most beautiful long wearing foundations that I own, and one of the most reliable, no matter the weather, no matter the occasion. My makeup will look perfect from morning through the wee hours of the night when I wear this. It's also great for all skin types and looks beautiful and natural if you apply it correctly. I have a video on that too. I'll link it in the same places I've linked my other video. I've had people comment under various videos where I've shared this foundation saying they tried it, it was heavy, it was cakey, they didn't like it, and I direct them to that video and tell them to please try it that way and come back to me and tell me how it works for them. And every time they come back and thank me because it's now one of their foundations that they can wear that they love. And in a lot of cases, it's turned into one of their favorite foundations. When applied correctly, this looks natural and beautiful. It's not a flat matte like you would think it would be. It's not heavy and cakey or masky. The finish of it is more natural, maybe soft matte, but I would say more of a natural finish. It's great for all skin types. It's great for any age. It mixes into other foundations as well. If you have some that don't last as long as you want them to and you need to extend that wear a little bit, adding just a touch of this does the trick. I just don't think this will ever not be in my life. It's such a great foundation that I don't reach for every day because I don't normally wear medium full to full coverage. But when I want a bulletproof foundation, it's always reliable. I want to have this around. I want this in my life. This isn't normally the kind of video I would have a blush in because I feel like I can live without most of my blushes. But ever since I got this blush, it's one that I keep reaching for. I keep reaching for very specific reasons. This is Persona Bubble. I have talked about this plenty of times here on my channel. The reason why I am saying this is a necessity for me, this is going to stay in my life, is because I have similar colors. I have the Dior original, I guess, version of this, and I like it, but there's something about this particular formula that really does it for me. It's the combination of the level of pigment that I get combined with how it diffuses the color on my cheek. It's not too much pigment to where it applies patchy or that it gets overdone and has to be buffed away, but it's not so sheer that I have to sit there and apply product forever either. It almost gives an airbrushed finish to your skin. Persona blushes in general are specifically designed to be very, very flattering, especially on mature skin. And I think it's just the combination of the finish, the pigment, the color that gives me that natural flush, no matter if I'm applying it over my bare skin, over powder, or over foundation. And no matter what I'm wearing it with, it just goes. It just works because it is more of a natural flush. This is the perfect throw it on and go blush for me, no matter what I'm wearing, no matter where I'm going. I can always reach for this and it always works and it always makes me look healthy and vibrant. It's one of those products I didn't know I needed in my life until I had it in my life, and now I have all these other options that I do reach for and wear, but when it comes down to it and I just want something easy and natural and flattering that goes with anything, this is it. This is what works, and I just love it. It's a keeper. Because as we get older, our eyes tend to start to droop and can become more hooded and start to look smaller. I've shared many ways to make your eyes look the opposite, look more lifted, brighter, more awake, and larger. One of the ways that I swear by, I think everybody should be doing this, no matter your age, if you have straight lashes, but especially if you're, say, over 40, is by curling your lashes with a lash curler. But one thing that I've always noted is that all lash curlers are not created the same. So if you've tried one before and it felt really uncomfortable when you were using it, if it dug into the corners of your eyes or you felt like the middle wasn't hitting your lashes, it's trial and error. You need to find the right one for you. But finding a good lash curler and curling your lashes is very, very important for all of those things. So the one that is staying in my life that is perfect for me personally, after having tried dozens, it feels like, is the Refer 20R. Refer now has 2 lash curlers made for different eye shapes. 20R is the one that is a little bit flatter and has less of a curve. It's curved more like the Surratt and the Shiseido curlers that also have a flatter curve. Now their other one, I think it's 18R, I don't know, I'll have it pictured here, has a deeper curve. I did test that one out, and in order to reach my middle lashes, I had to really dig it in the corners. So if you have possibly deeper set eyes or rounder eyes than I do, that might be a great one for you. I don't know what it is about this specific Refer curler that works so much better for me than other curlers. It's something about the shape of the curve that it gives my lashes, the swoop of the curl, I guess, along with how it fits my eye. But this is a curler that I won't be without. I have some that I'll use if I've put this somewhere I can't quite find it, and they just don't feel quite the same. They're acceptable, but not perfect. This one is perfect. I don't like powder to look like powder, whether it's on my face or my under eye area, and I know a lot of you are like that too. I just don't know at this point if there's another under eye powder that is going to replace my current favorite that's been my favorite for a while. This is the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. I've talked about this countless times here. If you're a subscriber, you've heard me talk about this plenty of times. I have it in the lightest shade, which looks white, but it's actually a very sheer shade once you blend it out, once you dust it on. It just disappears into your skin. There's no glitter, there's no sheen whatsoever. It's just a very sheer, finely milled powder that I like to first press in with a brush, and then in my extra crease prone areas I take just a smidge on a damp or dry sponge or a velvet puff, whatever I have handy, and gently press it right on those areas, and then just press what I already dusted on even further into my skin, just very gently, so it's really just meshed with my under eye area. This just always looks natural and lovely. I try a lot of different under eye powders thinking one will be better or it will be as good, and I will use some others. One that I do use somewhat regularly is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in the lightest shade, because it appears translucent, but it doesn't brighten the same way that this does, even though it's a very natural finish. So I do like this too, but I really like having that brightening, and I just shared this Huda Beauty powder in the pink shade, which I enjoy quite a bit, and I've been rotating it. It's not quite as finely milled. When it comes down to it, I will rotate some other things, but I will never not have this in my life at this point, because when I want a no-fail, bright yet natural sheer look, this just always works for me, even on my dry under eyes. I think I've gone through like 4 of these, and as you could see, I've hit pan on this one and will be needing a new one soon. Now, if you haven't seen my latest updated top long wearing foundations video, be sure and check it out. I have some really great foundations for all skin types at different price points in there. I'd love to hear what you think about any of these products in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.